Achille was really curious, so during his life he collected a lot of humble objects, anonymous objects, daily objects. Some of them are with me, just to show you how was his philosophy, his method. We would like to remember him in a good way, so Achille had a high sense of humor, and we try, it's not the same, but we try to keep alive the heritage in this way.
Floss is going to be reissuing two Castiglioni lamps, Ventosa and Nasa.
Ventosa is a very functional lamp that he designed with his brother in 1962 to solve a problem in a shop, in a window shop. So you can put the light where you want. Look, you can see this version is an American version. Can you hold it? Yeah, thank you. Sorry. Yeah, this is yours.
Oh,
okay.
So it has a suction cup on it. Do you have the picture?
Yeah, you have a suction cup. So it's really functional and you can put in all on every surfaces, especially like that. So it's good. So if you need a light where you want, you can use it like that. You need a plug, but you have it, and you have also the switch and the original switch designed by Achille and Pier Giacomo in 1968. So it's good. No, it's I love it.
It's very
I
elegant.
can see everyone. He designed this many years ago, in 1974, for an exhibition in Vienna about plagiarism, about copies.
Right.
And he presented this a long time ago. And he loves so much to play with these. This is why I don't like this kind of microphone. But anyway, look at this. So you can see whatever you want. It's good. And you can put in your pocket. So you can read during the night. Nasa in Italian means nose. Look at this. So it's a nose. It's something that you can put in your nose. It's not really polite, I know. Sorry.
Could you tell us some more stories about what it was like to grow up with him?
So easy. Look, it's not only Achille, but also my mother, Irma, so a very strong couple, and they teach me everything during my life. So I grew up with a wonderful couple. And Irma asked me to keep alive the heritage in a funny way. So she said, don't be so serious because you can't. You are the little daughter of Achille, and you have to keep alive in a good way the heritage of Achille. You have to keep alive the archive in a good way, so don't be so serious, be curious. Achille said every time, if you are not curious, forget it. So it's so important, especially for students, for young designers, so important to continue to find inspiration everywhere. So it's so important. So you are more lucky than Castiglioni. You are more lucky than Vico Magistretti, Marco Zanuso, Sozzas, and Achille Castiglioni, because you have this wonderful instrument. Okay, so you are very lucky. You have just to research one touch, and you can find a lot of information. But the unique way to be updated is to discover anonymous object, daily object in your life. So open your eyes. This is an object, for example, that in Italy is really common. No? It's something for a teapot. No? It's very good. And you know that Achille designed a frisbee lamp. And frisbee lamp is something that you can use like that. So it's the unique frisbee that broken nothing.
So let's talk about knockoffs, plagiarists, because you know what you're demonstrating with some of the objects you've just shown us are extremely simple ideas, and even Arco, you know, one of his most monumental works with his brother is really fundamentally simple. Did that make him more vulnerable to plagiarists to have such simple ideas?
Achille said, you write me, and he said, if you copy, you like. Yeah, but it's really bad today, of course. But when he started with Arco, with his brother, he designed something to be above the table, not to be, for example, above a sofa. And if you see in this picture, you can read his mind, you can understand the real purpose for this light. And nowadays, you can continue to see a kind of light like that. But a long time ago, this was the first concept was a very, very new idea and for those days. And now there are, yeah, it's true, there are many copies. But I think if you copy, you have to put your mind in something like that. And my father never cared about this because he had wonderful people in floss company, and he asked them to protect all pieces. He was young inside, and he was really curious, and he loved so much to translate object into another.
We were talking a little bit about some of his most plagiarized objects, but you said you had a whole list from Floss about, this is interesting, which are the most knocked off objects that Floss produces?
Yeah, because I'm not a lawyer, so I call immediately the Floss office. I say, can I help? Can you help me, please? So a good team every time. And they send me a list of plagiaries, copies. So you can see Philip Stark, for example, in 2005, he designed
the gun lamps.
Sebastian Wrong in 2003, Spotlight, that it's really, you can see many copies of these. Also Michael Anastasiades with the IC Light. Gino Sarfatti also, that was a very good friend of my father. The lamp by Gino Sarfatti, you can find many copies of these, especially also in Australia. You can see many copies of that lamp. There are some famous designer who copy my father. So he said it's an homage for Castiglioni, but be careful when you design an homage for a famous designer. If you are young, you have to design something for yourself, not an homage for other designer. We have to know what there is in the past. It's really important. If not, we lose the heritage in one click. We have to keep going. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And thank you, Giovanna.